Hey, family, I'm currently here in Dallas, Texas, in my hotel room as I am here for a leadership seminar. I'm super excited, but I'm super excited for you to watch this video today. In this video, you're going to see a podcast that I was on with my best friend, my brother, Kirby Keelan from 48 Trading. Now, don't let the trading throw you off. This podcast, I spoke completely about self leadership. And I really encourage you guys to tune in, encourage you to lock in. This is a good video. I spoke about a lot of wisdom, a lot of gems for leadership. And I'm super excited for you guys to watch this video. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I hope that you enjoy the video. Peace.
My brother, my friend,
What's up,
listen,
man?
bro, I am so excited for this video.
Me too, man.
You know, you are kind of like in a unique position right now because you are not like you haven't traded much or for a very long time.
For sure.
But
Yeah.
you have your foot in the game to be able to say, "Oh, I know how this makes me feel,"
Yeah.
right? And so, whenever
Absolutely.
I think about leadership, I think about you. And
For sure.
so I was like, man, I know like you don't have much in the game, and that's okay. But you can still give us, somebody like me, so much insight about how we can become better self leaders,
Absolutely.
right? So,
Absolutely.
oftentimes, whenever we think about leadership, there's a kind of this concept of you being a leader over a bunch of people or a flock of
Yeah.
people, but
Yeah.
never ourselves, right? And
Yeah.
trading is just full of being disciplined. It's full of making sure that you are following your set rules and just doing all these different things.
It's good.
But we fail at those things. Like that,
Absolutely.
probably the hardest thing is actually being a leader over our own selves. So,
Yeah.
bro, if you can kind of just tell us what is leadership, like if you
That's
could just
good.
kind of break that down, what is leadership and what does leadership actually mean, especially self leadership?
Absolutely. Bro, so one thing I like what you said, I really want to highlight that is that when people hear the word leadership, right? They really oftentimes think, "Oh, this person got hundreds of people under them." And I think it honestly can become a stumbling block for a lot of people, become a wall of, "Oh, because I don't have this and that under me, I can't actually lead."
That's
But
good.
what people fail to realize is that that part of leadership is a result, not a beginning. Like
Wow.
that's not where you start. That's the middle. That's the aftermath. The hurricane starts in the ocean. It just hits the land and destroys the land. You see what I'm saying?
Good.
So everybody's focused on what's happening on land, but not what's happening in the ocean.
That's
You
good.
got me? And what we have to actually start seeing is that leadership starts at home alone in the dark.
Wow.
Leadership is at home alone in the dark. I know we have families. I know we have people that's counting on us, and that is a part of leadership. But if you're not leading the core, you can't lead anything past that surface, past that level.
That's good.
So to answer your question though, of what is leadership, I actually came up with this definition of leadership, and this definition is faced more outward, but I'm going to rephrase it so that we can get a better understanding of the more inward side.
Mm.
So I'll give you the outward version first, and then we gonna dial it back into inward. Leadership to me, what I've defined leadership is pulling the greatest of people to the forefront through influence, impact, and overcoming challenging opportunities.
Wow.
But what I believe when we're talking, and that's what I would say to a mass group of people, if I'm talking about leadership in a mass group. But what I want us to understand for this context right here is leadership is pulling the greatest of us to the forefront through
Wow.
influence, through impact, and overcoming challenges in our own self. When we
Brother.
start to focus on that, bro, whew,
Oh
I,
my
I think when we start to focus on that, and so many people think, "Oh my God, here's the beauty of leadership, Kirby. Catch this, bro. Catch this. Here's the beauty, bro. It's so many people think, "Oh my God, I'm working on me, bro." When you work on those things that I just said, when you
Yes.
focus on that, the aftermath is people get hit by it's kind of, I heard somebody talk about this the other day. It's kind of like shooting a balloon full of paint. It's like, yeah, you gonna make impact on that balloon, but everybody around it is gonna get splattered.
Wow.
And that's what happens when you start tapping into you and say, man, I'm gonna focus on leading me better.
Yeah.
Everybody around you gets hit by that leadership that you're focusing on with you.
Wow.
Now, here's the unfortunate part that a lot of people don't like is that when you make mistakes with you, everybody gets hit by those mistakes as well. Man, I have a lot of clients that I teach leadership to. And what I often tell them is my philosophy is one team, one fight. Why do I say that? Because one team, one fight to me means that my actions, other people suffer from my actions. So I get other people suffer the consequences of my actions. And this is actually going to go into your trading world as well. I'm going to talk about this a little later, but it's actually what I do, other people suffer from my actions. So if I always use this example, if I go to my job and say, hey, I quit, forget y'all, I'm out of here. Who suffers from that? My wife.
Wow.
You see what I'm saying? So it's not, and yeah, I felt good walking out the door, but now my wife looks at me and says, well, how are we going to pay the mortgage next month?
Wow.
You understand? So leadership, when we make mistakes, those actions also affect others around us. But the beauty is that's the journey of becoming a great leader.
Bro, listen.
Just like that's the journey of becoming a great trader. You're going to make mistakes.
I don't. How do I respond to that? Bro, that is absolutely amazing.
I think I started off too heavy.
Listen. I'm gonna tell you one thing that like really stood out. What you said was like leadership. Your leadership affects everything around you,
everything,
right?
Brother.
And if you're whether it's good or bad, right?
Yeah.
And oftentimes we see that same, like we can see the immediate effect of that in the trading world. Like if you're not a good leader over yourself, it's going to affect the way that account looks, right?
Absolutely.
But not only that, it's going to affect those that are dependent on you, right?
Yeah.
If you are being a good leader of yourself, you're also going to see that fruit in the market, bro. That
and one thing
so
I really
good, bro.
I would say one thing I'm working on personally. Let me be a little transparent, be a little vulnerable with you guys. That's always good, right? One thing I really been focusing on my personal development of leadership in my personal life. Kirby, this is hard for me to say, is that I am focusing on being slow to speak, bro. And I'm about to switch this back over to you guys when it comes to trading, but slow to speak, bro. So, and God has been, he's like, let's see if you really bought it. Let's see if you really bought it, bro. Things have been happening that has been kind of like that point of like, man, I should just go off right now.
Yeah.
Or I could, but bro, you know what's crazy is if I responded out of my emotions versus, oh my God, if I responded out of my emotions versus responding out of my identity.
That's good.
I know I'm a leader. I am a leader because God has made me a leader, bro. But if I respond out of my emotions, then I'm actually saying that my emotions is what leads me, not my. You feel me? So when I respond out of my emotions and I'm quick to respond and I can ruin everything. I can damage so much. I can ruin 20 years of work by one emotional response. So I've really been working on that with my personal self is, hey, right now, take a breather, take a moment to breathe, take a moment to walk away, take a moment to get yourself together. Don't respond out of emotion, but come back and respond out of good leadership, out of honor, out of a place of obedience. Respond out of those things. And you know what I found is that I actually find beautiful lessons out of those moments. I actually see, man, I actually really practice more leadership in those moments. Now, how does this relate to the trading world? Bro, there's going to be days where you like, man, this thing looking good. I should get right back in it. You just lost twice. This thing it's that emotional response instead of going off of, man, you know what? I am a wise leader.
Yeah.
Not that I have to prove to everybody that I can make $50,000 in one day.
Mm.
I want to prove to myself that I can be obedient to myself. I can trust me. If you
Mm.
can't trust you, you're going to be messed up with trusting anybody. So
Wow.
I can trust me. And how do you trust you, especially in the trading world, especially as a leader, is you develop phenomenal systems. Systems.
Wow.
The other word of systems is order. You have to have order, bro. Things have to have order. As a leader, our job is to perfect, be a master of creating strong systems.
Mm.
And I think that's really good for the trading world to hear. Is, bro, you gotta be good at systems. How do you
Yes.
get good at systems? By failing.
Yes.
You go mess up.
Yeah.
It's okay, but that's
Wow.
part of the journey of becoming a good leader of yourself, but also becoming a great leader in the trading world.
Bro, it's so funny that you talk about systems. So I have a basically a training that,
Yeah,
listen, below this video, if you want this training, I'm basically going to teach people how to create a trading foundation. And the
yeah,
biggest thing is systems, right? Many traders lack system. And so what
yeah,
they do is they kind of just get into this world of trading, right? Um, like, hey, I seen a friend doing it. I seen somebody else on YouTube doing it. I'm just going to get in. But they never create a foundation which is created around systems, right? That's
yeah,
even whenever God created the heavens and the earth. Everything that we see today is built upon systems. If you walk outside right now, you see the trees, you see the grass. Everything that God did is based upon systems.
that's good. That's good.
Things die, and yet they still create new things. Why? Because it's a system. The world, the way
Yeah,
that God created the world from the beginning, He created in like you said, in an order,
that's
right?
good.
Things can
Yeah,
just function. That He doesn't have to constantly do it over and over again. But when He has something, He has a system in place that
yeah,
is automatic, right?
yeah,
And so what you just said about you being emotional
yeah,
and um like if you're allowing emotions to lead you, then that means that you're not being a God-centered leader. You're
yeah,
basically being a leader that is driven by impulse and driven
yeah,
by how you feel at that particular moment.
yeah,
And that is one of the biggest things, bro, that we face in the trading space.
yeah.
That's why we chase trades. That's why we're that's the biggest thing. Chasing trades is probably one of the biggest thing, and that's because of the
Absolutely,
impulse of the emotions of, oh my gosh, I just lost this particular trade, or even I
absolutely.
won this trade, and so I feel this feeling of success, and so I'm just going to keep doing things out of my norm because of how I feel at this present moment.
Yeah.
So,
I,
brother,
I, I want to say one
so,
thing really quick in regards to
mhm,
that though, because I don't want us to dismiss emotion.
mhm,
Okay. Dismissing the emotion behind stuff can be dangerous. Let me
mm,
tell you why, because emotion is information. So
mm.
when we're talking about self leadership, leading yourself, we have to also be aware of emotion.
That's
We have to
good.
acknowledge emotion
Yes.
because that gives us information. So when I do this, I feel this way, which lets me know I don't need to do this.
Mm.
Okay. So one thing, bro, good
That's
example, bro.
good.
Good
That's
example
so
right
good,
now.
brother.
Good
Oh
example,
my
man. Me and my wife,
God.
me and my wife been eating way cleaner. Like we've been trying to eat much cleaner.
Yeah.
But one thing we realized, just using fried chicken for an example, is when we eat fried chicken, bro, we feel like crap for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
And we wonder why after church we got to get a Sunday nap. Like,
Yeah.
bro, you just ate a 20 piece. Like that's
Right.
why.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So when we got these things, and when we dealing with these things, when we're doing these actions of, hey, I'm trading today, I'm locked in, I'm focused, but I don't feel good when I do this.
Yeah.
Let's find a way of how we can work around that. Let's find a way of why does this emotion keep getting me in trouble?
Mm.
Why does this keep, and let's find out a system to where when we start to feel that emotion, we know, okay, cool, this is my cutoff.
That's
I'm
good.
I'm 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 done right here. You know what I mean? But I think the problem with that is we often fail to really be self-aware.
Yeah.
Self-awareness, bro. Like really paying attention to us. There was a study back in 2018
Hmm.
by this doctor, a psychologist, organizational psychologist. She did this through Harvard Business, and it was a 5-year process, bro. She interviewed over 5,000 people, Kirby, 5,000 people,
Wow.
and she asked them, "Hey, how do you feel about being self-aware? Like your self-awareness level, how do you feel about that?" Okay? And everybody, 95% of the people, Kirby, said that they feel self-aware. 95%. So
Right.
95% of 5,000 people said they feel self-aware. After she did the study, after she asked more specific questions that help us really see self-awareness,
Yeah.
only 10% were actually labeled as self-aware.
Wow.
10% out of 5,000 people were actually labeled as self-aware. So what does that mean? Why am I telling you this information? Because I believe it's important for us to actually really be intentional about being self-aware, about addressing emotion, about acknowledging, man, when I trade on Tuesday, I'm always stressed. What's going on? Maybe you need to stop trading on Tuesday. Just
Mm.
example. I'm just using an example, you know?
Yeah.
So just understanding those things, when we gather this information, we could better create systems. Like I said, self-leadership
Yes.
and leading inside of the trading community, you have to be a master of creating strong systems, bro. That's
Mm.
one thing I'm finding.
Bro, listen.
Man,
Oh my God. Well,
I
listen,
hope this is blessing somebody,
bro.
bro.
Listen. If it ain't, it's blessing me.
I hope it's blessing
It is.
somebody,
Listen.
brother.
It is. It is blessing me, brother. It is blessing me. Now, I want to ask you this. Okay.
What's
Um.
up, man?
So in this trading space, confidence is always feeling like it's a thin line, right?
Yeah.
Like every day seems as though it is. I'm not gonna say it's a thin line. Confidence feels fragile, right?
Yeah.
You lose 2 or 3 trades in a row, it seems like confidence can be shot sometimes as a trader.
Yeah.
What are what do you think some things that we can do to, not fall off our boat so easy because we
Yeah.
took a loss, right? Or we
Yeah.
failed.
Yeah. I think the number one answer I would give to that, bro, is define a win. Like what does winning actually mean?
Wow.
So obviously, Kirby, everybody wants to win the money. That's a very clear across the board. A lot of people gonna say, yeah, that's what it is, and that's great. But I think when we actually define the win, if you really want to be a great trader, define a win. Yeah, Kirby, you gave me a statistic or data, whatever, the other day about how many people quit trading in the
Mhm.
first 2 years
Yeah,
or a year. What is it?
like 90%. I'm not sure the exact time. I think it's a year. I think the first year.
And I'm sure a lot of people, a lot of those people actually lose money, but I'm sure a lot of those people actually made money. They're just like, I don't like it.
Yeah.
And I think what happens is, bro, is we have a false definition of what a win actually is. What I believe a win actually is in the trading world is, did I learn something today to make me a better trader for tomorrow?
Mm.
Obviously, we can keep our vision, and leadership is strong on vision. Leading yourself is strong on vision. When we have our vision on the money, we'll break rules to chase that money.
Mm.
And now you can't. This is what goes back to what we were talking about, is you start to break trust with yourself. So now you can't even trust yourself. So that's gonna mess up your confidence. You feel me? But if your vision is becoming someone who can be trusted with more, can be trusted with making wise decisions, can be trusted with I gotta win today by learning, hey, I don't need to do that again. That changes everything, bro. That changes the whole game. That changes what a actual win is whenever you actually discover what the vision of a win actually looks like in your life. And once we learn what a win actually is, it helps us move different. helps us move different. I definitely believe that. Also, last thing really quick, I'm sorry. I think we need to change our identity. I think we need to change our identity. A lot of people, man, I've said it. Man, I suck at trading. Change your identity. You can't walk around expecting confidence but sowing seeds of negativity.
Ooh,
It ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen, bro.
that's so good, bro.
It ain't gonna happen, bro.
That's so
So
good.
I think when you're serious about this thing,
Yeah.
when you're serious about, bro, I'm locked in on trading, I'm gonna get this down, I'm gonna win it. Start talking like you're a real trader. Start talking like what you really are. Man,
Good.
I'm a good trader. And when you start to walk around with that, that's how you improve that confidence for real. Because you start to say, man, hey, I lost some money today. That's part. Man, this is what I prayed for.
Yes.
This is,
Yes.
man, when I learned that the negatives of what I prayed for come with what I prayed for, bro, change the game.
Change the
I
game.
prayed for a long time to be a husband. Challenges come with being a husband. Then I was taught, bro, you pray for this, man, change the game. I don't even look at challenges the same no more. It's like, man, I pray for this moment. I'm living in my prayer. You know how many people pray that they get to actually be in trades one day independently, that actually have structure behind their trades, which is what your entire phenomenal team, the people that follow your YouTube channel, the people that follow your methods, that's what they're building, is structure behind their trading, systems behind their trading. Bro, these people that follow Kirby are real traders. You got they got to understand that. Start adopting that. Man, I'm a real trader.
Yeah.
I may have lost some money today, but I won because I won wisdom.
That's good.
Man.
And it's fascinating because just hearing you say that just kind of reminds me of the Lord says that we're more than conquerors, right?
Come
So
on.
it makes us. The problem is with traders. A lot of times our identity is in wins and losses.
Yeah.
But whenever your identity is in Christ, there is no such thing as a loss, right?
Nope.
You already won. You're literally trading from a place or whatever you're doing. But we're talking about trading,
Yeah.
of course, right now. But you're trading from a place of victory, so you know that
Yeah.
it's either going to be profits or it's going to be wisdom, and
Yeah.
they're both good, right?
Yeah.
And sometimes, not sometimes, but I believe that the wisdom is even greater than the profits because the wisdom is going to give you the sustain to make sure
That's
that you
good.
stay in profits, right?
That's good.
It's one thing
Yeah.
that you just hit profits today, you don't even know how you did it. You make money today, great. But whenever
That's
you get the
good.
wisdom behind that, now you're able to manage the profits that you have. Now you're
Yeah.
able to stay on an upwards trajectory and not keep
Yeah.
blowing your accounts. But it
Yeah.
was because of the wisdom and the awareness, right? So,
Yes, sir.
so it's so as you, it's amazing, bro. Like you was talking about you and your wife, you prayed about being married, and I prayed about being married and having a son, and the Lord has blessed us.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
but that is challenging, right? Like it is
Yeah.
not easy, and
Exactly.
it's a thought that every time we go to God and we ask God, "Hey, I want to do this," like it's not going to come with things. No, it's going to come with things. It's
Absolutely.
going to come with things, but that is the process. That is the molding to make sure that you become to like you continuously get better in the thing that I've called you to. Like
Yeah.
if I don't fail as a dad, then I don't know
Man.
what to work on as a dad to be a better dad. So
Yeah.
you cannot ask God to bless you in a certain area and not expect, you know, dysfunction to come right along with that or to grow with that.
Yeah.
But you cannot focus on those things. You
That's
have to
good.
focus past that. You have to focus on what God has called you to be, right? You got to know who you are and understand the greater mission. So, for my traders that's out there, understand your greatest mission. Understand what you're trading for. Have your
Yeah.
reason that you're trading. Don't just trade with the thought of I just want to make money. No, no, no. Have a purpose on why you're trading because that is what's going to continuously keep you grounded. It's going to continuously keep you want to get better as a trader, keep you humble. So don't just don't just
Yeah.
think about money. Don't just think about
Yeah.
how many trades you won today. It's bigger than that, right? God sees your 10 years from now.
Yes. And for the people that are, I believe that there's somebody's watching this that wants to trade, and they're kind of on the fence about it,
That's
and
good.
they could easily come up with excuses of why they can't do it. And my answer to you is, instead of, I want you to shift your perspective for a second. Instead of looking at the excuses, make those reasons. Make those into reasons of why you should do it. It's so easy for us to make an excuse of, man, well, my kids, I don't want to lose. We can't afford to lose no money right now, bro. You can't afford to lose money 10 years from now. Make sure that you have things coming in so that 10 years from now, you don't have to be in the position of this and that. Use that as a reason, not an excuse of why you can't start. And you in the perfect place. By watching this video, you already tapped into the resource of, how can I become a trader? How can I become a better trader? How can I even start? Kirby got that all on his YouTube channel. You ain't even got to pay for nothing. you just go watch it. Let them advertisements play though. But just but you just go and watch it. Let the advertisements play. Don't stop the advertising.
That's funny. Now I want to ask you this, bro. In trading, sometimes it comes with a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
Right. The unknown. Right. And because it is the unknown, it does come with pressure. If you was to tell someone that is dealing with a lot of pressure whenever it's coming to trading and just making clear decisions, right? Having sound and clear decisions, how would you, maybe give them some practical or some mindsets they can have to be able to deal with pressure in the market?
Yeah. I honestly think that there is peace behind creating an environment of peace. So when you're trading, or whenever you start to feel that pressure, create an environment of peace. Whatever that looks like for you. For me personally, even in moments where I get nervous, like even doing this recording today, bro, I got nervous, but all morning I was creating an environment of peace.
Wow.
Not necessarily, and I'm talking about for you guys in a physical sense, but for me, it was in an internal, spiritual sense. I want to create an environment of peace in me so that I could be the best version of myself for you guys today, to give information, give wisdom, let God speak through me today, man. So I think when we are intentional about creating an environment of peace, it helps us operate in peace. Now, what does that look like? Whatever for you, take 10 minutes before you trade to start praying. Take 10 minutes before you trade to just go to the quiet room. Take a walk 10 minutes before you start trading. Now, I know some people trade at like midnight. Like, I know y'all be doing stuff late, but there's a place, there's something you can do to just calm your spirit, calm your mind, calm your heart, to be able to make sound decisions. I think a lot of times, and this is big in the leadership world, is a lot of people are afraid to be alone. A lot of people are afraid to be alone. You can be alone, but not be lonely. So I think that I think leaders do their best work when they're alone.
Wow.
I think leaders come up with their best ideas when they're alone. Now, I think you should run that through a filter before you start making decisions. But I think leaders come up with their best work when they're alone. Kirby, you've come up with some excellent ideas in your alone time. I know that because we talk like every day. I've come up with excellent ideas in my alone time. So my number one thing is don't be afraid my number two thing is don't be afraid to be alone. My number one is create peace for yourself. Number two, don't be afraid to be alone. And number three is have accountability. Bro, your excellent followers, your excellent subscribers, the people that are real traders, like we talked about, number one traders in the world, they are connected to the accountability source. Kirby's community, the community that he's created, is an excellent accountability source. You've got places where people can chat. Excellent accountability source. Get in community. Run those ideas through people. Run those ideas through. Talk about the lack of peace that you have. Talk about the stress that's weighing on you. Find out what other people are doing. It's so easy for us to be quiet. it's so easy for us to dismiss accountability, bro. I think this study came out a while ago. According to the American Society of Training and Development, bro, people are 65% more likely to reach a goal when they commit to someone, when they
Wow.
have accountability.
Wow.
Bro, 65%? Come
Wow.
on, man. So if you just by getting in community of traders and you in an excellent one, you got a source you could tap into right now, bro. You just by getting in community. We talking free stuff. Just by getting in a group chat with other traders that are struggling, that are have gone further than you have, that have done great things through the trading world,
Mm.
bro, you increases your chances by 65%. You are increasing your chances of winning by 65%. You are increasing your chances of generational changes by 65%. You are increasing your chances of gaining wisdom daily in the trading world, not only the trading world, but also your life by 65%. You are creating an opportunity to change your family for by 65%. You are like you understand what I'm saying? So that accountability will change the game. Getting in that community will change the game. I hope those three things are
Bro,
valuable to your community,
listen,
bro.
I didn't want to cut you off, bro, but for traders, do not let pride stop you from your growth, right? I'm speaking this from experience, right? The thought of I
Good.
can
That's
do this by
good.
myself, I'm alone, I can just figure it out on my own. Listen, don't do that.
That's
You are, for
good.
one, you're wasting time. Understand that, like, what is the mission? What is your mission? Is it
Real
to
good.
you to have just to tell yourself, "Hey, I did it by myself"? That's honestly
Yeah.
that's what the world kind of creates, this culture of "I did it on my
Yeah.
own. I can go out and get it on my own."
Yeah.
Listen, that is
I
listen
got out the mud.
that is for one that's not biblical.
No.
For one, that is not biblical, and we
God is a
create
God
this.
of relationship.
Yes, and we created this environment where it's get it by yourself. If I had to do it, you need to get it by yourself.
Yeah.
No, we are here to serve each other. Listen, if there's something that can help you and you know it can help you, uh, be a part of that. If you now, again, there's some things that might be too expensive and that stuff like that. But if there are things,
Yeah.
whatever it may be, that can help you,
Yeah.
right? Do that, and don't feel bad. Don't be ashamed to ask questions. Like
Yeah.
I come to you, to everyone, just with the feeling of
Humble.
humbleness
Yeah.
because I've messed up for so long. And I
That's
knew
good.
what I needed and I didn't know how to get it. I didn't have anyone to ask
Good.
questions. So my journey took
Yeah.
so long. I took
Yeah.
the brunt for so many people. And so now I realize, like, throughout this whole trading thing, the reason that my YouTube looks the way it looks, and you don't like, there are times I create videos where I'm talking about the charts and I'm going over strategy. Like I got to do a
Yeah.
part two soon, uh, which is phase two. So if y'all watch that first strategy video, you might want to watch this second one because it's all going to correlate to one. But the biggest thing is I want everyone to become the trader they desire to be, right?
Yeah.
A lot of people are just traders, but they are not becoming the person that they want to be in the trading space. They're
Yeah.
skipping over that, right? So they think that trading is just about strategy. Oh, like there's thousands of different strategies. If you realize that 90% of traders quit and everybody has their strategy, then we must understand that it's not the strategy that's the problem. It's you. You're the problem, not the strategy.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of people want to dismiss this area, the becoming part, the
Yeah.
internal work, but that yet you want the fruit from the thing that starts from internal.
Yeah.
Like I tell people all the time, trading, if you was to have a little, if I put my 2 year son and I told him, look son, there's two buttons you can hit, there's a buy button, there's a sell button, it's 50-50. It's either going to go up or it's going to go down.
Yeah.
Why aren't more people being successful? And we have things that can give us an edge. Why aren't more people successful? It's not the strategy, it is you self-sabotage yourself.
That's good.
And so in saying all that, Miguel, I want to ask you, what are some ways that you think that we can detach from outcomes? And what I mean by that is a lot of us find identity. Again, we kind of went over this later, but I kind of want to see if do you have any ideas or some practical things that we can do to detach our emotions from the outcome and kind of just
Yeah.
let the result be the result, right?
Yeah.
Let the system be the system and detach your emotions from the system, right?
That's good.
So it's kind of like, man, my grandmother makes really, really good food. And if I ask her for a recipe, it may not make sense whenever I'm because it's not something that I would do. But yet,
Yeah.
whenever I do it and I take my emotions out of it and I say, you know what, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
follow what Granny wrote
Yeah.
down. This is a lot of butter. This is a lot of
That's
sugar.
good. Yeah. Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, but I'm just gonna follow the plan, right? And
Yeah.
for many of us in the trading space, we have a plan. And sometimes it may sometimes the plan isn't comfortable, right?
Yeah.
And so we kind of do things like, get out of trades too early, get in trades too late. So how do we detach ourselves from the outcome, the emotional outcome, again, and just let things just play out and let it be what it's gonna be? Because it's gonna be what it's gonna be anyway.
Yeah. So I'm actually really upset with you for asking me this question because this is this is something I'm actually working on in my personal life. When you were talking about this, I was thinking about me when it comes to my journey of speaking and coaching leadership and all that
Yeah.
stuff. And man, one lesson I've really had to learn, and this is just what I've learned in leadership, in being in positions of leadership, but also for my personal life. And this is going to sound familiar because you and I have actually talked about this. Is that I think what we fail to realize is that the journey is actually the win.
Wow.
Like, bro, when you're in the journey, you've won. Like, obviously, our wins change as we develop and grow. But just the fact that I'm here in the journey, I want. I can't control if I'm going to be here tomorrow. But if I can maximize my journey for today, I've won. So that being said, when we focus on the journey, we really understand that, bro, whether I win or lose today, I'm a trader. Like, man, I made it. I'm a trader. Like I got to trade today. Wow. This is the life I wanted. This is what I wanted to do. And this comes with the price.
Wow.
This comes with the title of being a trader. You've won. And as you're on that journey, you start to become more wiser. You start to gain more knowledge of good systems. You start to understand structure. You start to understand order, like we talked about. But all that leads to a bigger win. Yes, money. That's what we're talking about now. But understand that on your journey, you've actually won for today. Whether you lost money, whether you win money, you're a trader. That's the ultimate goal. Is you want to be a successful trader. And what comes with the price of a successful trader is the wins, thank God, and the losses, thank God.
That's so good.
You understand? I think,
Oh
and
my
I've
gosh.
overlooked the journey so much in my life. I've overlooked the journey let's talk about outside of trading for a second. Just as a man, as someone who's trying to strive, somebody who just has ambition in life, bro, we cannot despise the journey. The journey builds us up to be what we are, where we're trying to go, for where we're trying to go. I told this story one time, bro. I told this story, and I talked about Joseph and how he eventually he had a dream and all that stuff, and he went to jail, and he met two men in there, and one of those men got him in contact with the king, and then the king gave him. He was like, "Hey man, you just gonna take care of everything while I'm gone, bro." And Joseph ended up becoming a king, but Joseph's journey is what helped him be a better king. Like that's it. Without his journey, imagine if he had his dream and then the next day he was a king, he would have ruined it all. He wouldn't even been prepared. And you know what's beautiful about that specific image I just gave you is imagine if Joseph woke up the next day after he had his dream and his brothers are still mad, and he became king, he would not even know how to properly use the gift that God gave him. Forget ruining everything else. He would mismanage the gift of understanding dreams.
Wow.
Like, that's the ultimate win, bro. Like, that's the vertical leadership. The horizontal is different. The vertical leadership, please don't let me mismanage that. So if we can, throughout the journey, we start to understand, man, this is what I'm doing. This is the way God made me. This is how I understand this. And this is the things that God has placed in my life. And bro, it perfects you for tomorrow.
Wow.
When we understand that, I think we'll start to see the journey as a win.
Bro,
versus like, man, this is a challenge.
God, bro, this makes me think about. So I'm in Exodus right now. This makes me think about.
Yes,
God,
sir.
God
I love Exodus.
Man, me too, bro. And God gets the people out of Egypt. The Israelites out of Egypt, and it's fascinating that He takes them through a journey.
Yes, sir.
Right,
For a very long time, brother.
For a very long time. But it's fascinating that God says, keep an account of everything you've seen. For your children, keep an account, because we have to remember that whatever we're doing, it's always bigger than us. That if God has you through the journey is not for you. The journey is for the next person that's coming behind you. So when He said, look, keep an account for the children, God knows that whenever your children are raised up, they're going to need to know this testimony. They're going to need to know that I am the God of their life, that I am the God of their father and their mother and their grandfather and their grandmother, right?
Yeah.
So for traders that have children that are thinking about their grandchildren, they need to know the struggle. They need to know the testimonies. They need to know how you got better, the skill sets, the things that God brought you through your journey, and not just in trading, but in parts of your life. Because what that does is that encourages them to make sure that they're always honoring God and knowing that God is at the head of their life, even in the trading space. Right. So it is so easy for us as traders to idolize trading and not to put God first in trading. Right. Sir. And so when God tells them, hey, listen, keep an account of these things, I believe this also hinders them to idolize other things, right? Now, mind you, we know that those people, they did start to idolize other gods and stuff like that. But for their children's sake, they will know, hey, my dad used to tell me about God. My dad used to tell me that whenever things got rough, when things looked crazy, God is the time that God does His best miracles.
Yes, sir.
Right? So for my traders, again, I want to encourage you all to make sure that you, again, like Miguel says, don't overlook the journey. And also don't let the journey change your identity. Don't let the journey lie to you. The journey is for building and not destroying. All right. So
I want to say one more thing to that.
That is so good, brother.
One thing I want to say is really quick. There is not to have a Bible war, but I want to add more context to that, bro. More vision to that. More vision to people right now is that there's a story in the journey of King David, and whenever Saul, King Saul was finally getting ready to start chasing him, pretty much. King David had fled to, I can't remember what place he had fled to, but there's a verse in this part that says he was joined by vagrants, like in a name like people that people would write off.
Yeah.
Now I want you to really grasp this, because what we have to understand is that King David was actually somebody that people wrote off. So now this man has been joined by his family, and we're talking about over I think it was 500 people or 300 people, whatever it was a lot of them. This man is now leading the same group of what he used to look like. So you don't despise your journey.
That is so good.
Because the journey, what you're learning in your journey, you may just be leading the 10 years ago you. Do you understand what I'm saying, Kirby?
Mm.
So when we look at our journey and say, well, man, it ain't looking like I wanted it. Da, 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 da. No. I look at this as, man, there's beauty in this, because 10 years from now, I could be teaching somebody that's going to be getting to where I am in 10 years from now.
Wow.
And here's the beauty. Here's the real win for King David, is he actually trained those people to be warriors.
Wow.
So you want to talk about leadership. You want to talk about leadership. Hey, these are the people that look like what I used to look like. I'm going to develop them into great warriors so that we can fight together for our kingdom. Come on. And I wanted to say this too, because I feel like there's somebody listening that's like, bro, oh my God, it don't take all that God stuff and trading. Man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Number one, there's God wisdom, and there should be God wisdom in anything you do. If it ain't, I don't want it. And number two, we're talking about, at the end of the day, bro, when it comes to trading, we want to make money. We want to make money. If you can't make money and have God involved, you probably should leave that alone. I'm not saying you got to go out and crucify whatever and preach the house down. Just be a follower of Christ internally. We just chose to be bold about our faith. You don't, and I encourage you to do that, but you don't have to go around telling everybody about Jesus in the trading world. Trade with the heart of Christ. That's fine. People, you still gonna affect people. You still gonna change lives. Because if you got the heart of Christ in you, that goes back to that paint splash that we were talking about. Anything you do, you gonna hit other people with that. You understand? But I want to say to that person, if you feel like God can't be in something, especially when it comes to money, especially when it comes to development, you might need to leave that alone. You might need to leave that alone. And if you can't find godly wisdom and godly knowledge that can apply to your life to be better for him, to be better for others, you might need to leave that alone, brother. That's just my 2 cents. I ain't saying I perfected life. I ain't saying I'm Mr. So-and-so, but that one, I probably would leave that alone.
Yeah. Wow. Bro, this was extremely powerful, bro.
Man, I hope it was, man. I
Bro,
hope that
this
somebody
was-
is blessed by today,
This was
brother.
me.
This guy.
Yes. Me, bro. But this was so good, bro. So many things. I wrote down, bro, so many things that's just like, bro,
Yeah.
oh my God, self-leadership.
Amazing.
Self-leadership
sir.
can actually change your life. It starts with you. So in saying that, everyone is a leader. I don't care.
Absolutely.
I don't care what somebody said about you. I don't care what your cousin said about you. Your teacher said about you. I don't care about who your auntie. I don't matter. You are a leader. You are a leader. I don't care.
We all have a seed of leadership. We all have a seed of leadership. A lot of
Yes.
people fail to nurture it.
Yes.
That's all it is. And when we start to fail, when we start to see, man, like, oh man, I can't do this well, or I don't do that well, and it's based around some form, the leadership wall. If it's based around that, oh, I didn't guide the people right, or we lost the business opportunity because of me, or blah blah blah. Then we start to think, oh, I'm not a leader. No. That's just part of your journey, for one. Number two, it's just a seed that we got to nurture. No one can get to greatness alone. So invest in that area of your life. Invest in greater leadership. Invest in a leadership coach. Invest in reading leadership books. Invest in listening to leadership seminars. I don't mean to cut you off, but we all have a seed of leadership. I believe that it's God-given. It's just a lot of us don't nurture that seed. And a lot of people think that if I'm a leader, then I must be at the top. I must be. Bro, let me tell you something about that, man, because I don't want to drag this on too long. But there's a part of leadership called servant leadership. It starts with servant leadership. Do you want to know who did that best? Do you want to know who the greatest ever in the world? Jesus, bro. Jesus. My man washing feet. I ain't about to wash nobody's feet. But my man was washing feet.
Yeah.
And he's the one that can change everything. So when we talk about servant leadership, don't look at your position as what you need to be doing, like your level of leadership. Don't look at your position for your level of leadership. Look at your inner self. I want to lead me better. And you know what happened? I honestly, genuinely believe this because I've seen it. I've lived it. When you lead you better, you'll get promotions.
Mm.
Lead you better for your promotion.
That's
Come
so
on.
good.
I'm going to be quiet. I'm going to be quiet.
Oh my God. Oh my gosh, bro. That's so good.
I'm going to be quiet.
Oh my God. That just blessed me, bro. Bro, this was a blessing, bro. And I thank you for
Yeah,
just allowing me to use your time, brother. This was
absolutely, man.
this was amazing.
Bro, I want to say this really quick, man. You are my best friend
Yes,
after
sir.
my wife. Okay. I want to say number one, I love you so much, man.
Love you too.
But I want people to hear this. I want people to understand this, and just be quiet for a second, Kirby. Uh, Kirby literally cares about y'all. It's not something that you see on YouTube. Kirby, I honestly don't even believe Kirby is in this for the money. I honestly don't even believe he's in it for the money. I've never heard him talk about, man, I'm trying to get them right. No, bro. He's literally here to serve people. Now, one thing I will say is that money comes from serving people. It's just that's how society works. That's how the world works. That's how things happen. But Kirby literally wants to serve people, and and the beauty of this all, he wants to serve people the way God has blessed him to serve people. God has blessed him to be a great trader. But don't get that confused as that Kirby didn't go through a journey. Bro, I've seen this man. I've seen him lose some money years ago. I've seen him lose funded accounts. I've seen him get frustrated. I've seen him questioning quitting. I've seen him do it all, man. I've been with him through the journey, bro. So when Kirby is saying something, he's lived it, he's experienced it, he's perfecting it. I'm never going to think that anybody's perfect. He's perfecting it, and he's teaching it from a place of passion, from a place of his heart, from a place of, man, I want to see people overcome my level. Like I want to see people surpass me. So when we talk about the trading world, when we talk about getting biblical wisdom for life and trading together, you get a 2-for-1 special. You can't even get that in this economy. You get a 2-for-1 special, bruh. This is the place to tap in. This is the YouTube channel to tap into, bro. This is something that you should be streaming every single day. I'm not just saying that because this is my friend. I'm saying that because this channel adds value to your life of where you want to go. And like I said, the 2-for-1 special, you get more than just trading content. You get how to lead your family better. You get how to lead yourself better. You get how to be a better father, how to be a better mother, how to be a better teacher, how to be a better whatever you do. You get more knowledge than that. Now that, Kirby, is good leadership. That is good leadership. It's when you can develop people outside of the mission of what we're here for. You can develop them overall. Man, that's good leadership, bro. That's good leadership. My boy.
Bro.
That's good leadership.
It's fine.
For sure,
Brother,
man.
listen. Thank you. Bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you.
Yeah,
As y'all can
absolutely.
see, my family's flying in the background. but bro, thank you, bro. Like that
Yeah.
means a lot, bro.
Man, you already know, man.
That means so much, bro. And for
And I'm
everyone,
not just saying that for camera.
yeah,
They know that. You know
yeah,
that. I
yeah,
talk to you like this all the time.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you. And for my traders, I want to encourage y'all as well. Do not get lost in what the world is doing. Right? There's a culture in trading that's hold on here. there's a culture. Okay, there's a culture around trading where it's Lamborghinis, it's big houses, and if
Man.
you're not that, then you can't. Then you're not it. Listen,
Yeah.
that is a lie, right? Do not be
Yeah.
deceived. Okay, do not be deceived. Um, do not cause that. Do not make that cause you to have depression. Do not make that cause you to think less than. Do not sit around on social media and you see somebody doing great and you feel like you're in your season of struggle or season of learning
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
make you feel like you're beneath them. Uh, do not think that. All right.
Yeah.
Know that in God's season, God's timing, you will get what is yours. Right. I'm not sitting here
Absolutely.
telling you, and I'd never tell you you're gonna get a Lamborghini. I ain't gonna never tell you you're gonna get no house from trading.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna tell you that you're gonna ever buy a sandwich from McDonald's from trading. But what I can say is you will develop. You will
Yeah.
become a better self, better version of you through the space
Yeah.
of trading. And because of that, money will be a byproduct of that. All right.
Yeah.
So because you are going to become better, because you are going to be more disciplined, because you are going to be a self leader, right? The
Yeah.
byproduct of that will be financial growth in the charts. All right. So
Yeah.
let's make sure our focus is on the right place. Our hearts are in the right place. Let's get a new perspective about trading. Yes. Let's start to see. I was going to say, yes, we are here to make money, but let's start to see money as just the byproduct of everything else, right?
Yeah.
Let's see money as the byproduct of the fruits that we sow from within and let
Yeah.
that spill over into you making money. And that's again not just in the charts. If you're a business owner, if you work a regular, your regular job, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Focus on the inside. Focus on making sure that God is truly first in your life, in your heart. I don't know if y'all can
Yeah.
hear it in the background,
Yeah.
but listen, y'all.
Can I add a note to that real quick before we
Yeah,
close out? My
yeah,
bad.
yeah.
There's a scripture, Proverbs 16:32. I wrote this down because I
Hmm.
felt it would be valuable for this conversation. It
Hmm.
says, "Whoever is slow to anger is better than the mighty, and
Wow.
he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city." Now, what that means, I did some research on this. When it says he who rules his spirit than he who takes a city, back then, taking a city was the maximum you could do as like a leader, the maximum you
Mm.
could do as like, bro, you do that, you've won it all. But Solomon is saying he who rules his spirit,
Ooh,
meaning that
boy,
if you can control inside here, it's greater than what you can get outside of there.
we gotta get off this call, bro.
Yeah, I'm about to hang up
We got
because
to
if
get
not, we
off
gonna be
because
on here
we
teaching and
have to.
preaching.
That is so powerful, bro.
Oh, you're teaching and
Oh my
preaching for the
gosh.
next 48
Oh
hours.
my
Have a
gosh. Listen,
revival.
listen. Everything that is, if it was natural, every command that God tells us to do, everything that God tells us to do, I don't matter what it is. Anything that the Word of God tells you to do, He's telling you to do that because it's not natural. Your flesh does not want to do that. That's why He's telling you to do it.
Constant
Right?
war.
He does not have to tell you to breathe. He does not have to tell you to hear. He does not have to tell you to see. Why? Because it's automatic. But everything that He tells you to do, just understand that the reason He's telling you to do that because your body, yourself, doesn't want to do it
Yeah,
naturally. So everything is a battle, but through the Spirit, you got victory. You already won. So,
absolutely.
but yeah, y'all, listen, we got to get off this right now, bro. We have to because if not, this is going to
We gonna
be
keep.
absolutely
Yeah,
insane.
we know how we do.
Yes.
This is our daily conversation, bro. Like
Yes.
this is how we
So,
do on the phone.
so we have to go. And y'all, this is Miguel. Miguel's YouTube is going to be under this video as well. You can follow
Yes,
him.
sir.
We're going to just put his platforms on there. You can follow him. Reach out to him if you want some leadership coaching. Because as you can see, he will give you some stuff. So,
We locked in.
so yeah, y'all. Look, love y'all. Love you, bro. And
Love you too, man.